Welcome to lecture on sources and types of solid waste. Myself Dr. K.S.Rangasamy, Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology. Definition for waste. Solid waste is any unwanted or useless solid material discarded by human or animal activities. Example for food waste: paper, plastics, glass, packaging, etc. That it is non-liquid or discarded because it has no further use. The second one is liquid waste. Liquid waste include waterborne waste materials. It may comes from homes, industries or other sources. These are not handled by solid waste system and need separate treatment like sewage or effluent treatment. The third one is solid waste management. Solid waste management is the entire system of handling solid waste. For example, collection, transportation, recycling, disposal and monitoring. In classification of waste, organic waste, toxic waste, recyclable waste. First one is organic waste. This type of waste is biodegradable. It can decompose naturally by microorganism. Example, kitchen waste, vegetables, flowers, leaves, fruits, etc. Then toxic waste, it contains harmful substances. Examples, old medicines, paints, chemicals, bulbs, etc. Recyclable waste, these materials can be processed and reused to make new products. It helps in conserving natural resources and reducing energy use. Example for recyclable waste is paper, glass, plastic, etc. Biomedical waste, BMW, biomedical waste, hospital waste such as cloth soiled with blood and other body fluids, etc. It is generated from hospitals, clinics and diagnostic centers. It include infected materials, syringes, hangers and contaminated items. The picture clearly shows that municipal solid waste management. The stages involved in managing municipal solid waste are waste generation, storage at source, collection, transportation, processing and treatment and final disposal. The picture clearly shows that municipal solid waste management. So first one is the waste are dumping in open area, then collected collected from vehicle through transfer station. It is 98%. And second one is scientific dumping. The waste are collected and recyclable and inorganic and other organic materials are separated. And finally, it is disposed into sanitary landfill. Classification of municipal solid waste management. So here we are going to classify that source based classification and types based classification. So first one is source based municipal solid waste management are commercial, residential, construction and demolition, industries, hospitals and clinics, power plants, public areas, street sweepings, agricultural areas. So the picture clearly shows that from where this comes from. So first one is commercial waste, the materials coming out from the commercial buildings, for example shops. The second one is residential, the waste material coming out from that residential area. Construction and demolition waste, it includes debris, bricks, concrete, tiles, etc. It is also called as bulky or non-biodegradable waste. The biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste can decompose naturally. That is, biodegradable material does not decompose easily. That is example for non-biodegradable waste. Then agricultural waste, the waste coming out from agricultural areas. The next classification is type based classification. Garbage and rubbish, gases and residues, construction and demolition, bulky waste, biodegradable and non-biodegradable, horticulture, dead animals, abandoned vehicles, recyclable and non-recyclable waste, and sewage waste. What are the effects of improper disposal of solid waste? Improper disposal of solid waste is a serious issue in both urban and rural areas. When waste is not handled correctly, it can lead to a wide range of health and environmental problems. So first one is human health. So if solid waste are not properly stored and collected but allowed to accumulate, they will create unsanitary conditions. The picture clearly shows that the waste are dumping unwanted areas that shows unsanitary conditions. It may lead to outbreak and spread of diseases like cholera, diarrhea, jaundice, etc. Improper handling of solid waste is a health hazard for workers who come in direct contact with the waste. What are the effects of the environment? That is land pollution, water pollution, air pollution, aesthetic degradation, blockage of drainage. These are the conditions for effects of environment. If not stored and collected, will reduce the aesthetic. If not stored and collected, will clog the drains and cause flooding during heavy rainfall. If not treated properly, decomposition take place in the open and objectionable gases are released to the atmosphere. The picture clearly shows that the waste are dumped in open area. That is aesthetic point of view, it is not good. Next one is characteristics of municipal solid waste. It is important to find out the characteristics of solid waste for the following reasons: handling, selecting suitable equipments, collection, transport, storage and treatment of the solid waste. Handling, knowing whether the waste is heavy, light or wet, it helps deciding how it should be lifted, moved or compacted. For example, wet food waste. Then second one is selecting suitable equipments. How to select the equipment for transportation or collection of solid waste. Equipment like collection bins, compactors and vehicles must be chosen based on the volume, weight, type of waste. The third one is collection. Frequency and method of depends on the waste. For example, organic waste need daily collection to avoid decay and odor. Dry recyclables can be collected weekly. Then transport. High moisture waste may require leak-proof trucks. Dusty or hazardous waste need covered or sealed vehicles. Then storage bins must be properly capacity and material. For example, plastic, metal cans, etc. Helps prevent contamination and odors. The last one is treatment of the solid waste. Composting is suited for organic waste. Incineration is better for dry, high calorific value waste. And recyclable depends on material purity. The picture clearly shows that agricultural and animal waste. Following are the major industries producing agricultural waste in India: forest industry, palm oil industry, rice industry and sugar industry. The animal waste, normally it includes animal feces, manure and waste from slaughterhouses. Creates problems such as surface water pollution, groundwater pollution, land pollution in surrounding environment. The picture clearly shows that the animal waste. Industrial solid waste, typically produced from various industrial process. The picture clearly shows that ash content. Finally, we are going to collect the gases from the industrial treatment. Always treated separately from municipal solid waste. For some small scale industries located in the municipal territories are included in municipal solid waste. Example, bakery industry, candle making, leather goods, dairy products, rubber industry, etc. The last one is hazardous waste. Hazardous to human health depending upon their quantity, concentration and infectious characteristics. The picture clearly shows the different hazardous waste materials. It normally include radioactive substances, fuming odors, corrosive and toxic chemicals, biological waste, combustible, flammable and explosive waste. Thank you.